Yo, Jay Figgity, Layup Line Sports, man. Just pulled up to the workplace, man. About to put in a couple hours, make these donuts, man. Support this channel, man. Support my passion. You feel me? Layup Line Sports, man. Always putting you up on game. Today, I wanted to come to y'all and talk to y'all about the difference between basketball of the 90s, early 2000s, to basketball of now. It's a lot of people debating about which game was tougher, which game was softer. In my opinion, the defensive skill set has diminished. The days of really sitting down and slapping the floor and pulling your shorts up has diminished. The old school hoopers, I don't know if the youngins wasn't listening or we didn't do a good job of handing it down. That's why I do want to start a training program for defenders. I see too many young defenders not want to take the challenge these days. Even when I find myself playing at the rec or the park, when people see that I got a little handle, they don't want to guard me. You know what I'm saying? They'll stay far back off me. It's cool to give the offensive player a little bit of space, but if you got somebody like Steph Curry and you're scared to check him, you're gonna just give him that 3-pointer. You know what I'm saying? So if I knock down my threes, that defender is gonna have a really tough night because he's not trying to come up on me. So defensive skill set, I do believe, is one that is a difference in today's game versus the old school game. People started playing defense like Iverson, and Iverson mainly was a passing lane defender. Jordan was more of an on-ball wing defender. Gary Payton, on-ball wing defender. Stockton and Hornacek, on-ball defenders. You know what I'm saying? Hersey Hawkins, on-ball defenders. You can't point to too many on-ball defenders in today's game. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how much pick and rolls has to do with that. I seen a lot of pick and roll in the finals, and it was like, man, how do you guard one player with so many pick and rolls? You know what I'm saying? And I have to apologize to Brian because the Warriors had a good scheme. You know what I'm saying? And the Cavs scheme was to switch everything, and the Warriors was just to outpass them. So if you keep switching, you're gonna be delayed at some point. You can't keep switching perfectly. You don't switch in perfect unison. You know what I'm saying? So the ball is going to be faster than your switch. So that's why the Warriors got a lot of open threes. You just can't switch that much and expect to be successful. You have to stay home and just play straight up defense, for that matter. So defensive skill set, like I say, is a lot different. Today, the players are more athletic today. LeBron James, Giannis Antetokounmpo, just Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons. It's just people with freakish bodies. You see kids growing up these days, man. I think it's what they put in the food. The kids growing up these days, and they really they get huge, man. We got huge kids now. Amazon kids, man. Women, boys, and girls. So it's a different day and age as far as body types and athleticism. We have never seen some of the things that we're seeing now. Kevin Durant, 7-footer who can dribble like, man, he got handles and he can pull up from anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Just a nightmare on offense. So I think that these players would survive in any era because their freakish athleticism. I don't know how you would stop that except for on the mental aspect. And that's something that I would like to touch on as well. So there's gonna be a series of comparisons that I'm gonna have between 80s basketball and 90s basketball and 2000s basketball to 2018 basketball. The progression of the game, which is like any other thing that naturally progresses. Music, anything, cars. They're gonna get better in some ways and worse in some ways, and we have to always embrace new things. I remember when Young Thug came out. I didn't like Young Thug, but I got around a couple young guys. My man Meech, my man Stifler Flair, he a Detroit artist, and they thought Young Thug was the GOAT, the greatest. And I had to really take a listen. But at the end of the day, I respect that he do have diehard fans like that that's willing to support him and say that he the greatest. You know what I'm saying? So I embraced it. I didn't necessarily go get a Young Thug album, but it was a couple songs I gave him a chance on, and I got in my playlist right now.